Hello, I'm Sarah, or also known as Car Mummy. Today I'm here with Dan from Road Trip Reviews.
That's right, so we thought we'd team up together to actually bring you a review on the Nissan Pathfinder Ti. Now, this car here is incredibly popular amongst families for an exceptional amount of room inside and in the back. And I thought, seeing as I don't have a pram, and Sarah kindly pointed that out to me in one of my recent reviews, who better than to get Car Mummy to bring her pram?
Let's go check it out.
So, starting at the front, in terms of the engine capacity, let me show you what we're dealing with down here.
So the Nissan Pathfinder is powered by a 3.5 litre V6 engine with 202 kilowatts.
And the great thing about that means that towing the 2,700 kilo towing capacity on this car is going to be incredibly smooth and comfortable on those long drives. And the 9-speed automatic transmission is going to give you a very, very well managed execution of that power. So you're going to have a good balance of fuel economy and efficiency for a V6 petrol engine, while also having a smooth and comfortable drive and the power delivery when the time comes to get your foot down and get boogieing. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Why is there no diesel and why is there no hybrid option in a car in 2024? And to be fair, not everyone is going to want a 4-cylinder or a diesel version of the Pathfinder. What makes this car really, really nice is what made the Kluger very, very nice when it was a V6 only in the engine option, and that is effortless power, a smooth, comfortable drive, and a pretty quiet drive as well that just makes it relaxing to drive so that you can hear all the Bluey, Wiggles, and whatever other music.
Baby Shark.
The Baby Shark songs that you want to, enjoy on those longer drives. So let's have a look at some of the other family-friendly features with Sarah, and let's have a look at what it's like inside.
I love that it has electric seats for all of us short people. Also, you can adjust your steering wheel up and down, or you can put it closer or further away. You also have heads-up display, digital display, and one thing I love is that you actually have room for your handbag underneath here, which we'll show you a little bit later. And
if you share a car with other people, the one thing you may not like about this car is it doesn't have memory seat position for it. So for that you will need to go to the TIL, but the good thing is it's electric adjustment, so you can quickly get into the position you want and be super comfortable. Some of the key safety features that this car comes equipped with are active cruise control, so it will keep the distance of the car in front, so as that slows down or speeds up to the speed limit that you've set, the car will just adjust and follow. You also have things like your lane departure alert, your lane keep assist, and also your emergency braking as well for the front, plus your blind spot monitoring, which makes it super easy when you're trying to have a quick merge from left to right and you're looking out your mirrors and just want to make sure that there's nothing in your blind spots as well. So there's some of the key safety features that come standard with the car and make it super easy to live with the Nissan Pathfinder. Now let's move to the center, where we want to show you the reverse camera, but also some of the other features that we both really like about the car. Now, a couple of things that I want to point out, particularly one that Sarah mentioned earlier, is the reverse camera. But before we get to that, you might be wondering why I have connected up my phone with a wired connection, and that's just a personal preference of mine. The audio quality is better, but also I don't have to work around different cars while I've got them running and try to film some of my reviews, which is why I choose a wired connection. However, this car is fitted with wireless and wired connectivity for your Apple CarPlay and your Android Auto, and as you can see, it works really, really well. But moving on to the reverse camera position. So Sarah, you mentioned before that the car comes with 360-degree cameras. What's your favorite thing about having a 360-degree camera?
So as a mum, I have been on occasion left my pram outside of the car, and the only reason I knew was because I have 360-degree cameras. As you can see everything going on outside of the car. I also love this as a mum because you do get distracted, and sometimes when the kids are screaming in the back, you can actually lose concentration. So being able to have that vision outside of the car without having to think about it it's a non-negotiable feature for me as a mum that I absolutely love and can't live without.
Cool. And one of the cool things with the Pathfinder is it actually does have moving guidelines in that 360 image. So normally you'd get the moving guidelines on the reverse image, but you normally don't get it on too many makes and models where you have it on the actual bird's eye view. And that's actually what I really like about this, is that it moves with you so that you can see exactly where you're going to end up, making it very, very easy to navigate whatever obstacles you have. One side note, if you're not a parent with the 360-degree bird's eye image, it's incredibly handy if you're going through a drive-through of sorts, particularly ones with high curbs, to avoid any damage to your rims, as I have recently found out while going through one. So for the non-parents, there's a side benefit there. Obviously being 360 degrees and having forward camera visibility as well, what you can do is you can play around with the cameras that you get shown the visibility for, so you can be seeing basically the whole way around your car, which makes it super easy and super convenient.
In the mum space, this is called gutter rash prevention right here.
There you go.
So your husband won't be angry when you hit a curb.
There you go. So that's, yeah, definitely. And I actually hadn't thought of that one for the Macca's drive-through, but usually that's where I end up. Now, another cool feature as well that you get on display in that multi-information display in the center here is when the seatbelts are off, but the car senses that people are sitting in the seats. So at the moment, it tells us that the front two seats and the back left seat where our videographer is sitting, that they don't have their seatbelts on, but the car is showing us that those seatbelts aren't on. Just if you were a mum and your kid had taken their seatbelt off or just didn't have it on, you could just quickly verify that to make sure that everyone's going to be nice and safe on that drive.
Yep. I think that's an underrated safety feature, that one. So
yeah, 100%. Some of the other things that you'll really like in here, there's a couple of storage and space setups that I really like. So wireless charging pad at the top here. So if you are using the wireless CarPlay or Android Auto, you can just slot your phone down here and charge. But remembering that this is a family car, you will probably be in this car with another person that you probably care about and you want them to charge their phone. So you can have your phone charging while they have the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto plugged in, charging with the cable, which will charge a little bit faster on most cars. Little storage compartment here if you want to have your keys, if you want to have a phone just sitting there, you can. Or if you have coins, which not many people have anymore, but if you do, you can pop them in there to get everything out of the way. Some cup holders that are pretty deep, and they're actually pretty good because of the teeth that are fitted within there that are retractable. So if you have your small coffee cups, your Macca's large drinks, or just bottles, they all fit in there nice and neatly, including some of the Stanley cups, which have been a popular feature of many a mum's handbag and collection. So they're really good there as well. Down here you have your different drive modes, so both for on-road and off-road, being that this car is a four-wheel drive. You do have the different modes there, and one of the modes that I do really like is the fact that you have a towing or trailered mode, which just makes it a little bit easier when towing as well. Or you just have the smart auto mode up here. Sarah, you pointed out some storage things that you really like as well, so
yes.
Why don't you run us through those?
So underneath here, if you can see, you actually have a storage space. I love it when cars have this, especially for mums with handbags, and you've got other space for things like water wipes or mum bits and bobs, even a drink bottle, but you also have the drink bottle storage on the side. And in the center console, Dan's got a lot of stuff in here, but it's actually really spacious and quite deep. You also have a parking ticket storage here, and you can put a little pen in here too, so it doesn't get lost amongst your mum bits and bobs.
So this Ti, you've probably noticed, is a little bit different to most of the Ti's, and that's because it has the style pack, which gives it the chrome strip at the bottom, the side step on both sides, not just one, the black badging at the back, and also the front black grille as well. So it gives it just a nice overall appearance and style, hence the name Style Pack. Those side steps are also super handy for some of the shorter parents that might need to reach the top to load additional baggage and storage. And here are some features that you're really going to love if you're a parent on the inside.
Hello, Car Mummy here. You have built-in sunshades. Say goodbye to those ugly suction cups.
So let's have a look at some of the other features that Sarah likes inside. The door opens really wide as well. I will point that out before we start with that, which should make it really easy for parents to get kids in and out of the car nice and easily, but also just to be able to access things without hitting little sleepy heads on the sides of the doors as they're getting in and out when they get home.
You also have 2 cup holders up here and space for 2 cups or 2 drink bottles. You also have 5 ISOFIX points in the second row, which means you could have your seat configured in any seat that you like. So you're not sort of restricted to the outer seats. So hey Dan, tell me what's back there.
Awesome. So in the back, you're going to have top tether points across all 3 seats in the middle. Plus you also have 1 bonus top tether, which is actually on the back left-hand seat in the back seat, giving you a total of 4 top tethers. And you also have 1 additional ISOFIX point back here. Now, as you can see though, when this is down, there's a little bit of space, but it feels a little bit cramped and a little bit warm in the back here.
That's all right, Dan. Do not worry. I can move this seat forward, and we also have aircon control back here with a USB and a USB-C charging port too.
And the great part about having that adjustable middle row, as Sarah mentioned, is we can actually control how much space is in the back. So if you've got kids that need to be in these child seats in the middle, and you have grandparents visiting, maybe some friends, or you just have to go pick up some drunk friends for your partner on the weekend because they've gone out drinking, you're going to be pretty taken care of because you can actually move these here without having to uninstall your child seats and still have decent legroom in the back for whoever's in. This back row, unlike the Toyota Kluger or Highlander, is also a 3-seat bench. So perfect for little kids, but also temporarily for adults as well if you do need to put 3 people in the back. Cup holders are aplenty. The back seats, they can either be upright or you can angle them and tilt them down a little bit more. So if you want to actually have a more tilted back, you can. All you need to do is reach around and pull the lever that allows you to basically lean the whole way back. So this would actually be super comfortable on a long road trip because you could basically nap in the back here. And Sarah, tell us about the cup holders and storage in the middle as well.
So you've also got 2 cup holders on the door, and down here you've also got 2 cup holders which could be used for a drink bottle. You've got seat back pockets on both sides, and I also still have some pretty good leg room with this pulled almost all the way forward. So in terms of leg space across the 2 rows, you can fit 6 adults if you wanted.
And pull your seat back as well, Sarah. I'll just show the guys. So stop there. So that would be where I start becoming a bit uncomfortable. Now, I'm not the tallest person, but I'm about 5'10", 5'11". So sitting in the back here, I would be comfortable on a longer drive. My feet fit underneath the middle seat. And that's actually really important because a lot of 7-seaters and 8-seaters, you don't actually get all that much space underneath that middle seat. And that still allows Sarah to have plenty of space for legroom or for a child seat in the middle, which is really, really handy. But we've got a bit of a treat today. So I've asked Sarah to bring along her biggest pram, which is a double pram. Sarah will give us a bit more insight into what that is as we try to see if there's space in the boot for that pram.
Okay, before we move to the back, we did forget to mention that we do have heated seats on the outer seats, and you also have vents up here, which is really good for rear-facing babies in summer, just so that aircon can go down onto them. So as you can see, there is an electric tailgate. So I'm going to show you the pram going in. So we'll put the back seats down. So you have to put the headrests down first. As you can see, there's a lot of usable space here with the 3rd row up. All right, Dan, you don't know what you're doing.
Really don't. Have 0 clue how to fold this.
All right, this is a double Tula stroller. So any mum that has this knows that this is actually a huge stroller. This is the biggest stroller that I own. So let's see if it fits in the back. Oh. That's got plenty of room. And there's still quite a lot of usable space under there as well.
So whether you're sliding your kids underneath or putting additional shopping and cargo, maybe some school sporting equipment, backpacks, You're gonna have plenty of space in the back, providing you're not using that third row. If you're using the third row, you definitely still can use it, and you still can put another stroller or pram potentially in there, just not this big bad boy. The one cool thing though that you will like is, let's say for example, you are using the pram in the back there, you still have a pretty deep usable amount of space directly underneath here. So when those back seats are up, you can actually drop down into here. So if you did need to put something that was a bit oversized, but you didn't want it going the whole way forward, you still have plenty of space in that bottom area as well. But how crazy is it? Mums carry these all the time and quite often by themselves.
Yep.
These are freaking big. But the Pathfinder has you.
They are big, aren't they?
Now, Sarah, how do you find reaching for the height of the tailgate? And do you think that some mums might actually have a bit of a challenge in being able to reach for it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'm 158 centimeters, but I definitely know people a lot shorter than me. I find it easy, but is there a way we could reduce?
Yeah, so
the size?
What we can do is we can press this here, and what we can do is we can stop it once it's halfway down and push and hold on the close and open button until it gives us that long set of beeps. And now it will open and close to that height. So regardless of what height you are, or potentially maybe you've got an injury and you can't lift your arm the whole way up while carrying a child, you can actually make this still work for you to the height that is super comfortable and super convenient. And to reset, let's push it the whole way up and push and hold this button until you hear those beeps again. And there you have it. So that's what we think of the Nissan Pathfinder. Sarah, how did you find the car? What were your favorite features? And do you think mums should have a look at this car and go for a drive?
Yeah, I definitely do. There's a lot of family-friendly aspects of this car, especially all of the cup holders, the charging ports, the aircon control in the back, the aircon vents in the ceiling, and also the built-in sunshades. I absolutely love.
And for me, the 360-degree camera is an absolute lifesaver. So I personally have recently gone out to a friend's farm. They've got a couple of small little dogs that you cannot see from the driver's seat of most cars. It wasn't in the Pathfinder, it was in a different car, and just having that 360-degree camera made it really easy to make sure that I didn't actually run over one of their dogs, which you can imagine if it was a child, it would be even worse. So from a safety perspective, having such a affordable bit of technology in a car that you're already paying a lot of money for is definitely a big tick in my eyes for families and just for general users as well. Now, Sarah, the one thing I know you don't like talking about, but I know that you have some great deals that you can get access to help people when it comes to cars or when it helps people get finance deals. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so my husband and I actually own Fuel Asset Finance. So we do asset finance, which is car finance. If you need any help with obtaining finance for your next vehicle purchase, give us a call, jump onto our Instagram at Fuel Asset Finance, and our website is www.fuelassetfinance.com.au. My husband Chad and I own it, and we'd love to be able to help you. We have access to over 40 lenders. So give us a call if you need help with your next purchase.
Brilliant, guys. So until next time, thanks for taking the time to watch this review. Leave some comments in the comment section if there's any cars that you want to see us review again. If you liked having both of us review it and give you different perspectives of the car, let us know in the comments as well. Or if you just want to see Sarah review cars on her own, let us know that too. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys. I need to cough. I swallowed a bug and I'm like,